What's up, guys? So, lately I've been thinking about this concept a lot of being responsible and accountable for your energy and the energy you put out into the world. And it's something that you hear a lot in like spiritual teachings, right? It's also a law of physics that for every action there's an opposite and equal reaction. And it's something I've been thinking about. I wasn't planning on making this video, but this morning all these coincidences actually happened that reminded me of that lesson. And so I thought I have to make a video related to this. So this morning I was checking out comments from an old video I put out years ago called Gay Dating in Dubai, from when I visited Dubai. As some of you guys know, when I travel, I always try to make a gay dating in X place video to share my experiences. And that video is probably the video where I've gotten the most negative, critical, even I would say like angry feedback from people, because I shared how when I was in Dubai, really like anywhere else but there, I would say it was like times 10, that's, sometimes you're talking to guys on an app and they don't want to show themselves because of fear, whether they're on the down low or it's a religious, like they're afraid of their religious community or just their culture and potential backlash. And I was sharing in the video how like, oh, I hate when this happens. I just stop responding because I don't want to waste my time, and I get annoyed by people who are using these apps but they don't want to meet you halfway in terms of vulnerability. So people in the comments were, years ago when I put out this video, and still sometimes people will comment on that video saying like, how dare you be so like ignorant about what people go through in different places and cultures. Anyway, so whenever people would comment this, I would respond kind of defensively and be like, this is just my experience, and I'm just sharing that when that happens, I choose not to keep engaging because I get annoyed by that phenomenon of guys who don't feel comfortable being vulnerable and taking their walls down when they're interacting with somebody on an app. But that's like my whole separate thing that I have with apps in general. Like in general, I'm at a point now in life, well, you guys know I recently left all the apps, but when I've been on the apps, I don't talk to guys who are missing age or missing like a name, who are that discreet, because to me it's a sign of they're already putting walls up when my goal is to genuinely, transparently, vulnerably connect with someone. So for me, that's just, we're not compatible. And I was sharing that years ago in this video, but people interpreted what I was saying as like cultural ignorance, that I don't understand what people go through in a more conservative society. So going back to this idea of the energy you put out there, looking at that, those comments again today, and I rewatched my whole video, Gay Dating in Dubai, if you're curious to watch it, I realized, oh, it doesn't matter what my intent was or my experience or what I was sharing. If I'm getting this feedback that is very negative, and in some cases I like very harsh, like it's harsh when you wake up to an email notification from YouTube and it's like, this person sent you a comment, and I look and it's somebody like ripping my character apart. I had this epiphany this morning of, if I'm getting that response, I'm going about this the wrong way. Like, it doesn't matter if I think I'm right. It doesn't matter who thinks they're right, who's wrong. It doesn't matter. If I'm getting this kind of response, I'm not accomplishing what I think I'm accomplishing, which is just being vulnerable, telling my stories, sharing my experiences. I'm triggering something in people, and I don't want to have that effect. So it doesn't matter what my intention is or what I think my intention is. Sometimes delivery is just as important. And if that's leading to that kind of response from several people, then I'm not going about this how I would like to. So I've had moments in the past where I'm like, should I just delete my video? Should I make it private? Because it's not a good feeling when you put something out into the universe and you get that negative backlash. So I've had moments like this before where videos, I ended up just taking them down because I realized I didn't want to be responsible for that kind of, again, backlash. With my Dubai video, it's my most viewed video daily, so I've never wanted to get rid of it, but I realized today you can edit clips out, like you can trim and splice the video, which I never knew. So I spliced out that whole section that upset people, it looks like, and I feel good about it. Like, I feel good about the idea. A part of me struggled with it because I thought, I also don't want to be somebody who censors himself because people get upset by that. I'd rather, this is my channel, I'd rather be honest and share how I feel. And I think that's kind of a societal issue we have, at least in the US right now, where people don't even want to share how they feel about politics or culture or whatever because they're afraid of the backlash. And I think that's a whole separate other problem, that people feel like they can't speak their truth out of fear of like retaliation and anger from people, from total strangers on social media and threats and all that. Separate issue, right? But I realize what matters more to me. What matters more to me is that I'm not putting something out into the universe that's triggering people. So with that mindset, I was like, this is not a hard decision. Cut the content out. In the future, be more mindful of how you speak about things to indicate nuance and not come off so one-dimensional. Like, that's something I have to work on. I think it's something probably most people have to work on, not coming off so black and white that people get triggered by what you say. So anyway, I'm just sounding off. I don't know if you guys connect to any of this, but it's something I've been thinking about a lot, how I want to be accountable for what I'm putting out there. When you think about something like content on social media, it lingers there, it stays there. That video has been up for, I think, like 3 years now. So thousands and thousands of people have seen it. Do I want to stand by something that has upset people? Like that's not a good feeling. So I think the lesson is like learning through the reaction, because sometimes you don't have the self-awareness in the moment that it's something that can affect people negatively. And I think part of that is because this channel, I speak so candidly. I make these videos as if I'm talking to a friend, but not everybody on the internet or on YouTube or whatever, or on social media, is viewing content thinking you're just talking, out into the abyss. Like, I have to be more mindful I want to be more mindful of what leaves my mouth, what leaves my body in terms of body language and communication, how I communicate with the world. So that's kind of like my takeaway from it. What do you guys think?